Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. My channel here is Janet Greta Budgets, and everything here is cash stuffing. We are looking towards getting debt free by this year. So, on my channel, you will find weekly cash budgeting, weekly cash stuffing, as well as for the month of June. I am keeping track of all of my spending for the whole entire month to see really where my money is going. I usually spend things out of my envelopes, but I just kind of wanted to kind of zone in and keep track of actually what I'm spending in instead of just having it in my envelope and spending it, right? So if that's what you're interested in, then keep on watching. All right, so I realized last week, you guys, I actually had $5 at the end of my first 3 days that I needed to put towards this no spends challenge. So every day that you spend money, you figure out a denomination of your choice on what you will be adding, to your savings challenges, or just putting it aside and putting it towards debt. Wherever you want to put that money, you decide. So I will definitely have to be adding it this week. So as I mentioned in last week's video, you guys, we did go and see the new Top Gun movie, and it was amazing. It is literally the best movie that I have seen in such a long time. That was the first time that we went to a movie theater in 2.5 years, probably almost 3 years, honestly. And it was so good. I'm really glad that we seen it in theater instead of waiting for it to come out on our Apollo, because like I mentioned, we have Apollo, which is always linked below. It is our online streaming company. We have the latest movies. We have cable, sports, absolutely everything for, $200 per the year, but it wasn't coming out on Apollo. And usually it takes like a few days before what is in the theaters to come on to Apollo, but it wasn't coming on Apollo. And we decided to see it in the movie theaters, and that is exactly what we did. So I will move us over now to our Saturday, because we are doing this from the Saturday until the Friday is going to be our check-in. This video always goes live on Sundays for our check-ins. So please join me if you are doing a no spend. Leave me a comment how you guys did this past week. I want to know how you are doing and how you are keeping track of your money. All right, first things first, I needed to get some gas. So I spent my $60 out of my envelope. I put in $60 each week for my gas envelope. So put $60 in worth of gas. And then we had some time before the movie. So we went to Home Depot and the dollar store. And at the dollar store, I spent my $10 of personal money. That's how much I allocate for myself a week for personal. And I spent it all on stationery. Of course, I would spend all of my personal money on stationery at the dollar store. That is just totally me. So that was $10 at the dollar store. And then at Home Depot, we are renovating our workout room into a guest room. I do have a queen size bed in my office that I need to get rid of, like in another room, because I need more room in my office. So we are going to be renovating the workout room, and we needed paint for that. So as well as some supplies, we wanted to get a fan in there as well. So we ended up spending $131.04. Once again, that is out of my envelope. We have a home renovations envelope that we are constantly, putting money in and taking money out each week. And then we went to the movies. The movies was $24.15. And I took this money out of date night, and as well as I took out $10 out of our anniversary, because we didn't have enough in date night to cover the $24.15. I think I only had $15 in there. So I did take the other 10 out of anniversary. Which is fine. But I think I need to kind of bulk up date night now that things are kind of back to normal. We tend to be doing more things, Jimmy and I, on a weekly basis. So I definitely will, I think, start bumping up date night, the envelope. So that was my spending on Saturday. And let's move on to the next week. I'm going to just zoom you in a little bit. I kind of made a little bit of like a map for like my spending, but it's not really working, to be honest. I don't know, because a lot of these are allocated out of my envelopes. So like groceries, you know, the category envelope, medical, gas, like this is all envelopes and money that I have in my envelopes. It's not necessarily me going over budget. So I don't know exactly how to do this portion, but I'm trying and I'm still learning. So I'm trying to figure out what kind of system works for me. But on Sunday, you guys, we did not do anything. So Sunday we stayed at home. Jimmy started filling in the holes with spackle and sanding the walls in the workout room, which will be converted into a full guest room with a bed and nightstands. So he was kind of working on that, and I of course worked on my YouTube and did all of the work things. I usually don't work on the weekends, but since he was doing that and there really wasn't much for me to do, like we do kind of work together on home projects, but I ended up just doing a little bit of work in my office. And then on Monday, so Monday is not my normal time to go into town. I do live 30 minutes outside of a city and we don't have any amenities here. But on June 6th, Justin Bieber came out with a new drink that is being sold at Timmy's. It is a cold brew French vanilla. And also, he came back out with his Timbits. He did launch some Timbits last year, and they were so good. And so this was kind of a day off of keto for me, because as you guys know, I follow the ketogenic diet. But I just wanted to try that new coffee that came out, and of course I had to get some Timbits. Timbits are like just little round donuts if you are watching from America. Tim Hortons is our huge, you know, fast food chain that has amazing coffee. I'm sure you've all heard of Timmy's, but my total came to $6.85, and that money I used out of eating out. So I do have an eating out cash envelope in my wallet, and I keep $10 in there for the week. So that is what I used it on, is Timmy's. And Tuesday was a no spend day. Like I said, I spent the day at home working all day, and yeah, just didn't spend any money, had no need to go into town for anything. So that was a great day with no spending. I look forward to having like a no spend day and actually spending no money. Even if it is budgeted out of my cash envelopes, it just still feels good to not spend money. And then Wednesdays, you guys always know, is a huge day for me to go into town and to get all my errands done. That is when I get groceries and, you know, do all the things. So I ended up going to Superstore and getting some groceries, which was $80.10. Gas, I did replenish my amount to $60 once again, because Wednesdays is when I revamp and fill up my envelopes. So $60 was used towards gas. And then at Canada Post, I did have a few orders with my Etsy shop. This was from my very first order that went to Croatia. And that is when I realized, you guys, that I do have to start charging a small fee for any postage outside of Canada for my envelopes. Free shipping in Canada for the envelopes as well, but anywhere else, the US, I have a small charge, and of course international, because after I sent this, it was $6.80. I want to say I only ended up making like $1 on that sale, which is totally fine. I am learning, but I did adjust the pricing on my Etsy shop to reflect, you know, shipments that are going to the US and shipments that are going international, because it does cost a lot just to send something letter mail. So I came to the realization on I did need to increase that. So that was out of my business account though. So that was my spending for Wednesday. And then on Thursday, I had another no spend day, because Thursdays and Fridays are usually like the only days that I usually go into town has been on Wednesdays, and then occasionally we will go on Saturdays if me and my husband are busy doing something that day. But also had a no spend day on Thursday. And also I had a no spend day on Friday, which is today. So as you can see here, I have add $5 because I missed that. I was just so hyper focused on figuring out my spending and everything. I totally forgot even the point of this whole challenge was to add $5 to each day that I spent money. So add $5, and then this week I spent 3 days out of the week. So I will be adding $15. So that brings us to a total of $20 for the 2 weeks, a week and a half. And then, as you can see on my cute little calendar, this is off of Hands and Bands. And I started coloring in my no spends. So I colored in all of my no spends. This I screwed up on. My no spend was actually on Tuesday. So I just put an arrow to swap that out. I did spend money on Wednesday, and then I had no spends for yesterday and today. So it looks like we need to add $20 to our savings challenge, or whatever you're doing, whether it's debt. I am adding it to one of my savings challenge, and I'm going to add it. This $20 was just taken out of my cash wallet. I did take $20 out of the grocery area. I'm really gonna have to think about that. I still have, $80 towards groceries, which is totally fine. But I kind of think I need a new system maybe for pulling that money. I'm not quite sure exactly what I'm going to be doing, how to get this cash, to complete this challenge, but this works as well. I can just take it out of my cash wallet for now. But I decided that I am going to add it to my smaller savings challenge here, any amount that I have. So like I said, we are adding $20 because I had last week and this week to cover. So we are just going to color in the $20 on this smaller one. And this one will be good just if by chance I'm only spending 1 day out of the week, which is quite likely for me considering I only go into town once or twice a week. Then I only have to fill in the $5, and that is covered on here, either a 5 or else I can do like a 3 and a 2, but that would still work for this smaller amount of amounts on my savings challenge. It's all going to the same place at the end of the day anyways. So that is all filled in, and we are all ready for next week, you guys, to complete our no spending challenge. So I'm really hoping everybody is different, but like I said, for me, I don't spend a lot because where I live there is no amenities. There is no place I can go get a quick coffee or a quick bag of chips or nothing like that. So it's really different for me. But my goal is to only have one spending day for next week, which is normally on my Wednesdays when I go into town. I think actually next week is the Thursday I go into town because I do have a nail appointment and the dogs get groomed. So that's already 2 places that I know I will be spending money on the 16th. But make sure you come back and check in with me next Sunday when I post a video. Make sure you give this video a like and also leave me a comment down below. Thanks for watching.